What's up, man? We're here with Gorilla Zoe, man. ATL Hustlers.com. Just want to ask you a couple questions, man. People in the streets want to know, how did you get your start, man? Like, what was it that you did to create your own buzz and to get your record out?
First of all, I mean, in the side of the industry that I'm on, what I'm saying, the music and the things that I do, I had to. It was a lifelong journey for me. You know what I mean? Like, I make music that people can relate to, relative music. Going the emo route. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that I'm doing now, but I came from nothing. I came from the same thing that everybody else comes from. A lot of people don't make it out of it, and that's what makes my music special. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't give a fuck about content or, why or why not I should or shouldn't say what I say, because I know people can relate to it. The reason I know it because I come from the element. A lot of politicians, you know what I'm saying, make decisions, not just saying government politicians, but just politicians, industry, music business, whatever, make decisions for people living in environments that they've never lived in, and that's definitely not my way of going about things. I'm a hood spokesman, you know what I'm saying? I'm a politician, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely want to politic for the people living in the environments and the situations that they're living in, because I understand it. That's where I come from. Being said, I had to build my buzz and my character, and my respect from where I came from. I had respect before I got in the game, and I shook millions of hands before I even started rapping. You know what I'm saying? So, I was politicking before I knew why I was politicking. That's how my buzz started. I came up with a record, and it was easy for people to say, well, that's so. Another thing that helped me, was my voice. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really understand that I had a unique voice, and people that didn't know me gravitated towards that. And also, the edge of talk, and running in the block gave me my shot. You know what I'm saying? So, you always gotta have people that believe in you. It's always bigger than the artist. You know what I'm saying? It's the fans. It's the management. It's the label. It takes a lot of people to make this happen.
So by saying that, like, a lot of people, they hear your music, they heard Hood Nigga, and now this new song Lost. What made you kind of experiment with your music and not afraid to put it out? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the deciding point? Like, man, I gotta go with this, because that was a chancy record to put out. To after coming with Hood Nigga, and you come with that. What made you just like say, hey, I just want to, spread my artistic?
It felt the same. It felt the same. It's the same feeling. Good music is good music. Real talk is real talk. Real shit is real shit. It's like, just like, hey, that's how I felt at that time with Hood Nigga. Chevy sit on 24, flashlight, flapjacks, keep the perk by the pound. That's what I was into. I mean, I was in, I came straight from that element, you know what I'm saying? If you listen to Lost, it's talking about what I'm going through now, making this money just to go spend it, living a good life. Hope nobody ends it, you know what I'm saying? I call up my girlfriend, she don't answer. I hit the strip club and fuck with a dancer. It's the same shit, it's just real talk. I don't make copycat music. That is why I'm winning. That's why a lot of artists win, and that's why a lot of artists lose. You gotta be you. Whoever you are, you gotta be you to the best of your ability, because no one can be you better than you. A lot of artists try to be other artists, and it's harder for them to succeed in embodying somebody else. I could never be another artist. I could never be a Jay-Z, because only Jay-Z is Jay-Z. I can only be Gorilla Zoe. And Jay-Z could never be Gorilla Zoe, because I'm Gorilla Zoe and he's not. He can never be me better than I can be me. One of my favorite artists right now is B.o.B. I've been following B.o.B. since Charlotte was a youngster. You know what I'm saying? And he's always been talented. And I always told him, like, keep doing you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you the future. He's so talented. But his secret is he's him.
Let me ask you something. Like one thing that B.o.B gets is like something you kind of touched on, and you know him. You know his music. You heard a lot of stuff, but they say sound like 3000. What do you think about that, Andre 3000? The comparisons with him and Bob.
How many people 3,000 sound like? Ask that question. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean,
Do you feel Bob's trying to sound like 3000, or you feel like, or you done heard of me? What do you feel?
Man, I come from the era. I'm from E Point. You know what I mean? You know, we all got a certain slang. Everybody got a certain slang, a certain talk. You know what I'm saying? From East Side. You know what I'm saying? If Bob was sounding like 3,000, and he even said that, hey, one of my favorite artists is 3,000. It's 2 decades after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's another artist coming 20 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they hit the scene, what, 93, 94? I was in the 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I looked up, you know, that whole organized noise movement. You know what I'm saying? But to sit back and say, well, Bob, you know, trying to compare him to 3,000, man, it's a 20-year difference between them guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that could be Dre's son. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Dre. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's one of my, that's my favorite artist. My favorite artist, hands down. Andre 3000. You know what I'm saying? He don't make as much music, which, you know, me being a fan, which I wish he made more of. But you can't do this shit for him. You know what I'm saying? He don't did everything it is to do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm happy to hear somebody like Bob. You know what I mean? That's really just hate though, man. It's like saying, you know, looking at boxers say, well, he fights like Muhammad Ali. You know, it's 30 years later, 40 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you say a boxer that's 20 years old fights like Muhammad Ali? He probably grew up watching the black and white films. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I feel like that Andre was a big influence in his life, and shit, it's been a big influence on everybody's life in the South.
On everybody's life, man. Ain't no thing with a chicken wing, man. We having to smoke out in the dungeon with Mary Jane, man. What you mean, man? Like, you know, but it's bigger than just trading. It's like
it's an ATL, yeah.
Like the whole good and more, like, you know what I'm saying, the whole organized noise, it was nothing else for us to listen to.
Exactly.
So if you from Atlanta and you say that organized noise did not influence anything that you doing,
you a lie.
Fucking lie, or you ain't from fucking Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing we had. You know what I'm saying? We go to Greenbrier on the weekend and see them boys walking through Greenbrier. You know what I'm saying? That was the biggest stars. That was the biggest it got for us. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that. Yeah. All right, so wrap it up, man. Tell them when your album coming out and what we can expect.
Don't Feed the Animals, March 17th. You know what I mean? You know, originality.
All right, cool.
Them shit.